Remember Rugrats, that show on Nickelodeon? That you probably don't know is that the creator of the show, Garbo Cuspo, originally planned a little late night version of Rugrats called Rugrascals to be played at night for a little more adult humor. Because every channel throughout the pilot was too disturbing, they refused to air the show, and as a result, no one has really heard about it. No one in the station in Wellington, New Zealand, mistakenly played it that morning, thinking that it was just a regular Rugrats episode. The pilot and the only episode that was in the show being not seen was called Chuckie's Mom. The intro was played like normal, but at the end, Tommy shoots the milk at the screen, and the sound effect was much more louder. And the milk simply stays there for about 10 seconds. Then the name of the episode appears. Well, of course, it had Chuckie's in the hospital standing next to his mother in bed, who was dying from an unknown illness. She was singing, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine," to Chuckie in a very weak voice, as if she was about to die. But when the singing and the second verse of the song started playing in reverse, a shot of Chuckie appeared in front of a live-action footage of a chicken's head being chopped off. But it's still a present death by fans. Well, of course, Chuckie then turns around and screams, and then looks back at his mother, at her face with the live-action man's mouth paste saying, "Don't worry, Chuckie, it's time for you to move on," in a man's voice. A flurry random live-action clips are shown that said represent to death, like a cow walking into a box in a slaughterhouse, and of course a live action of the LA, the riots, other cartoons, and actual footage of a man suffering from illnesses and being killed. Now you could hear Chuckie screaming the entire time. A shot of Chuckie's mom appears again, but this time with chicken's beak crudely pasted onto her face, saying, "Don't you remember where it all started?" All the episode then cuts to a live-action footage of a childbirth and sonograms. Now, for about a minute of these sonograms, you hear Chuckie's mom saying, "Aren't you a lucky ducky, Chuckie?" in a Harlequin fetus appears. As you see it, Chuckie comes out of the flashback, having a seizure. Tommy, Phil, Lil are crying, and the ambulance worker calms him down, saying, Chuckie, can you hear me?" in a stern voice. After eventually coughing up blood and vomiting, Chuckie comes to his senses. When we see a point of view of Chuckie, seeing Tommy, Phil, and Lil in the ambulance worker having a live-action chicken beaks on their faces, clucking away. A photo of a kid that looks like Chuckie screaming appears and zooms into it. Now, after the regular credits played, it followed by 15 minutes of static on the station and had nothing else to play. Surprisingly, although through the episode was watched by many children, the only one adult was watching was me, had something to spoke about it until now. I was surprised to find out that children dying just went higher in New Zealand. And that, my little pretties, was Chuckie's Mom, a Rugrats creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story? Well, it's been actually a while since I last sat there and touched this story, so, I thought I would go ahead and, kind of make a video, me reading this story. Now, I kind of remembered hearing lots of narrations, that have sat there and, well, did a bunch of, did a bunch of reviews and all that in this movie. So I could definitely say that this movie was actually, a pretty good one for what it is. Now, the concept itself was absolutely beautiful, really well made, very well detailed, and basically the grammar is really good. I could definitely say that there was definitely a lot of concept with this. The grammar was awesome, along with the sentence structuring, the storyline, everything about it was just flat out amazing. And, this is actually pretty believable, because, if you do this, like, sometimes, on Adult Swim, they air a lot of weird things. And them airing something like this, I could actually see this, being believable. They air this. But, of course, I'm not really sure. I could definitely say that this story was absolutely, really interesting for what it is. It's just, really know what to describe it. It's just really well made in detail. Now, I could definitely say that it's believable. I can definitely say that. It's very believable. And this is probably the reason why we don't see Chucky's mom, which is possible that Chucky's mom could have died, which is most likely the case. Like, if you watch Rugrats, you probably already know, this is kind of believable to the extent if they were to, make an episode focusing on Chucky's mom. Now, I actually found this Fury, out sometime, I guess in 2017 or 2018 when Andal narrated this. I remember Andal narrated this, and I think Shadow probably narrated this at one point, but yet again, I don't remember, but I kind of remember, Shadow sat there and narrated this, but I could be wrong, however. But even if Shadow didn't narrate this, I really hope he does someday, because this is actually a really good pasta. I know Sir Horror actually sat there and narrated this, like, I think a while ago. I don't remember if it was, maybe it was last year when he narrated it. I don't remember, but this story was awesome. Definitely gotta say, this story was really well made, really well detailed, and it was very well written. So, I don't know who the original author is, so I'm just gonna leave it as anonymous for now. If I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to give him or her proper credit. So, yeah, to the author, you did a good job with this story. Now, the only thing I could wish that this story would be better, like, it's not a major thing, just what I would point out, is if this was a little longer. Like, this being a little longer would maybe be help understanding more, but this is a pretty good understanding of, what's going on with Chucky's mom and Chucky himself. But I could definitely say, to the author, if he or she were to change the story, where maybe making it longer would be one of them. I'm not saying it will, saying that's the case, but, with all being due sincerity, this story was absolutely amazing. Really well made and detailed, very, very well made. The grammar was good and all that. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah. I could definitely say the story was absolutely beautiful, really well made in detail, and really awesome. So, yeah. And I'm just going to sit here and wrap up the review. This story was absolutely amazing. It is sad, too. I found this story to be sad as well, with Chucky's mom dying. So, this is actually a good reason why we don't see Chucky's mom in the show, which is very believable to extent. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm going to sit here and say this right now, that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. Great story, really good, really well made. I really like the grammar, was pretty good in this story, along with the sentence structuring, the storyline. This is very believable. I definitely have to agree. Very believable, really well made in detail. There's definitely a lot of time and effort into it. And to the author, you did awesome. So, with that being the case, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? And also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.